What's up? I'm Adam, the A-Train.
Kel, guitarist. Brian, lead vocals, I'm 19.
Pinky,
Melody guitarist, I'm 18.
and I'm 17, about to turn 18, and I play drums.
When's your birthday?
January 22nd.
Oh my gosh, you are almost. Okay, how did you guys all meet?
We all came together after we met through George Contreras, the owner of Raptor Guitars. Me, Mikhail, and our ex-member, our ex-guitarist Scott Madrigal, and Ryan Wendler. We all kind of came together through Raptor Guitars. We all took lessons, guitar lessons from there. We had an old lead singer that also worked there part-time and everything, and that pretty much formed the band. We had our first show on the parking lot for a benefit concert.
Yeah.
And
And I'm his sister, so I came through that. They needed a bassist, so I picked up the bass and taught me how to play. And
This
the
guy.
guitar, so this guy just kind of came along.
Scott Madrigal
Just came out of nowhere.
departed from us, so we got this guy. Our band kind of broke up for a little while, so I was thinking of making a band with this guy, so I met him and I was hanging out with him, and I got a call from her saying we're going to put the band back together, so I was like, alright, he's going with. And here we are.
There you are.
We used to be a cover band, we used to do all kinds of covers, now we're just making our own music like we want to, and just rocking it.
How did you come up with your name?
We all learn our instruments, so
Well, actually, that was the second part that we realized afterwards. Back when we still had our other lead singer, Hillary Fisher, we were all thinking of what band name we could have, and we were just going through everything. I mean, we were looking through periodic table of elements for different cool sounding stuff, and her family is very Christian, and she saw Thrones of Wander, it's a biblical term. She thought, you know, that's a pretty cool sounding name, let's just take it and go, because we were pretty desperate for a name. And then it all kind of worked out when we started wandering on stage and switching instruments.
So every one of you plays every instrument on the stage?
Just about, yeah.
Pretty much. Some of them say a little shaky on some stuff, but I mean, we can do it if we sit and say, look, this is a song, you're going to be on guitar, you're going to be on bass, you're going to be on drums, whatever. They show us how to play, we play it, we kick ass at it, we try.
Wait, what's your favorite? Each of you, what's your favorite one?
I started out on drums when I was about 8 years old, and I learned guitar from Raptor Guitars when I was about 11 or 12. So I played drums for about a year, and then guitar pretty much took over for 3 or 4 years. Then when we got Thrones of Wander started, I realized, you know, drums were my place. So that's definitely my favorite.
Guitar is mostly my favorite because there's just so many things you can do with the guitar, but I like to get on the bass.
I can tell that.
That's why I like getting on the drums. For me, I came into this band with no vocal training. The first time I played with the band, I sang a shitty cover of Inner Sandman. But for me, vocals is my place. You know, I learned how to scream, and that's where my heart's at. I wouldn't change that. I love vocals.
Yeah, I'm all about the guitar. It's so fast, and you can do like so much crazy destruction with it.
and I like bass, obviously, and so on that more than anything else. But vocals is definitely up there.
See yourself more on vocals in the future?
Yeah.
Damn good.
I agree. We first saw you guys at the Alice Cooper celebrity competition, and you guys kicked ass. What can you tell us about that experience? What was your favorite part of that whole thing?
Just participating. It was an honor. You know, George got us into this. We've been through a lot of battle bands. We've lost a lot of battle bands. You know, but you know, we're not going to be like, oh, we're just going to keep going and try and evolve as a band. And we knew going in there, we were going in there blind. We didn't know what kind of bands they were looking for, what kind of people they wanted. So we weren't going to change who we are.
Right.
We wrote, what's it called? Alone in the Snow. It was our Christmas song. This song is called Alone in the Snow. Kick you in the face, and we're gonna see if you like it or not. You know, it was a great experience. We got to play with Sinister Ego, some friends of ours. Sweet 88 did a hell of a job. All the other bands and soloists were amazing. Yeah, Julianne Forte was amazing. She almost made me cry. But it was just an amazing experience to be a part of that, and we're thankful we got the opportunity.
my favorite part was all the connections and all the new bands we made friends with and everything. Everyone else there. Definitely the exposure was really nice, and just new fans like you guys right here. I mean, that's why we do it.
Yeah. You guys kind of found out at the last minute that you had made the finals. What was your reaction?
I actually found out I was ignoring my phone because I was sleeping. Around 3:30, I got a call. I'm like, fine, I'll answer my phone. Everyone's blowing it up. And manager George Contreras is texting me. He's like, well, you guys are in the finals. This is not a joke. I'm like, wow, really? I'll be down there as soon as I could, so I had to get up and get dressed. He was on his way to work when he found out.
I was on the way to work and I put my phone on silent when I'm at work so I don't get in trouble. So I pull up my phone right before I go in to clock in, and it says, just found out Proto One I'm in the finals. I was like, dude, I need to go home. So I got back in the car, went home, got ready, and we had a good night. It was
I
fun.
thought it was a joke. I was like, this is not funny.
George is messing with us.
That would be really neat.
Get there, like, what are you guys doing? You guys lost.
How would you guys say you were different from other bands?
Definitely switching. I mean, every band's got their little catch, if you will, and you know every band needs something like that. I definitely say our switching is where it's at right now.
I definitely think we played in the lowest tuning there.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, instead of sugarcoating, I'm gonna say we were the heaviest genre. You know, I mean, I saw other bands that were like hard rock that sounded like, you know, Hinder and stuff. Like Sinister said, they sound like Sweet 88 reminded me of Guns N' Roses. You know, and we just come in there and they say we sound like Atreyu and Escape the Fate and stuff. I think we showed that diversity is what we want. We don't want to be the same as anyone. You know? We're all young, we all have different talents, and we're all trying to kick ass and play on the stage. That's what we're about.
Are there any particular bands that you do like a lot?
From the Valley or
Let's start from left to right. It all started pretty much with when we were an 80s cover band, actually, back in the day. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Ozzy Osbourne, that was all our inspirations. Pantera. And then we pretty much got a hold of screamo music like Escape the Fate, some Atreyu, like you said, and we took it from there.
Pretty much. Well, for my guitar inspiration, I usually go to Jimi Hendrix because I love him, man. And just everything he did, so pretty much Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
For me, I was all about, I didn't get into rock and roll real heavy until I met these guys. You know, Mikhail met me in school and said, hey, you want to come try out with this band? Come learn, Enter Sandman. Yes, I did back in the day. I'm not shocked. But, you know, they got me into Pantera, Metallica. We did these covers for a while. We got to play at the Rhythm Room and stuff. And then we got into heavier music, and I would say bands that influenced me would probably be Atreyu, Escape the Fate, Attila. Cool bands like that, and just bands around the valley that I like a lot. Our manager's band, he is the inspiration of me to get on the mic. I played guitar at his shop, and he's the one who put me on the microphone and said, here, you run away with it. You know, and there's bands that we love around the valley, like Sinister Ego. Sigmonic, we got to play, we're playing with them at the Marquee again, Back from Ashes. We haven't got to play with them, but...
When was that? January 28th?
January 28th, yes. We get to play with Sigmonic again. They requested us to play with them because we did. Yeah, it blew me away because I know Ray and whatever. But anyway, those are the bands that influenced me.
No, my biggest influence is more for Valentine. Just hands down.
See, looks like Matt Tuck.
That's what I'm all about. Just the metalcore and everything like that. All that remains. Avenged Sevenfold. Definitely more though. It's just completely more than
Anything these guys listen to comes to me. So
And a lot of people get scared of her because she's a girl, but she is hardcore. This girl will kick your ass. Trust me, we've all learned.
every show I go to, someone's like, "Oh, sorry, can't go in. Only the band's allowed." And I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm a girl."
She's badass. She has a lot of testosterone.
It's true, she's worked with me before.
What are you asking Santa for this year? I had to ask for
Xbox 360. Mine broke 3 times. Red rings.
Car, a flute, harmonica in the key of C, a classical guitar.
I love how specific you was. For me, I know it's gonna sound kind of corny, but a safe trip to Cali so we can go play the Whiskey Go-Go. You know, this band means everything. This band means everything to me. I wouldn't change anything. Of course, I'm a big gamer too, so I'm with him on Xbox 360 games, so yeah, but I just want to continue to play music, and I feel blessed that I have this opportunity. That's what I want for Christmas, is to continue to do this.
All I want really are guitar picks. Just something simple, the little things you don't really think about. You know, just problem solve.
You just got your half stack.
This is true. I'm set for Christmas.
Mine is, I already know what I'm getting for Christmas. It's a trip to New.
National Association of Music Merchants.
That's in California. I mean, these guys went last year, and Jordan's letting us all go this year. We're going to get to play with the whiskey, and it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
I know, I want to go there. I've not been.
It's going to be awesome. We'll take pictures.
Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Rudolph. I'll say it.
Elf.
Right here. Elf.
That's Santa.
I'm with Elf too, man. That movie cracks me. Both Elf. What's your favorite movie? That's it.
As a band, what are your aspirations? What do you hope to accomplish here?
The ultimate. You know, we want to go as high as we can. You know, I'd be content with us just being signed to a small label. I mean, I don't care if we go mainstream or not, because these people are my family. Whatever I can do with them to play, that's fine. You know, we can continue to do gigs like this until I'm 30 and I'll be happy. You know, it's just, I'd love to make it and have a deal and be like, you know, check this shit out, we got a CD. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. But it's just awesome, and I would love to go as far as I can with these guys.
I think an easier question to answer would be what don't you guys want to do?
Okay. Anything you don't want to do?
Anything we don't want to do is we don't want to ever break this band up again. I mean, like you said, this is our family. This is where we're staying right here. Us five. No one's going anywhere. You know, we just want to keep making music and keep earning fans. You know, fans are what's important to us as a whole.
Tell me what it was like the very first time you went on stage.
He fell through the drum set.
He did. He fell through my drum set playing "Angry Again" by
Angry Again
Megadeth.
cover.
We did a cover of Angry Again at Cooperstown. It was this little
No,
pub.
it wasn't Cooperstown. It was
Sorry, not Cooperstown. It was
Copper
Copper State Tavern. Excuse me, I got that mixed up and started with the C. And these little tiles right here, the stage was smaller than that. So I'm like leaning on the drum set because I'm gonna fall off and be on the floor. And we're playing this song and it has this like crescendo build up. And I decide to jump and I hit the cymbal stand, I just fall to the drums.
The funny thing is, I'm yelling at him while I'm still drumming, "Get off!" And then Big Man George comes in, saves the day, puts everything back where it was. No one's even worried about his welfare. We're just trying to get on with the show.
But I mean, we kept going and we pushed through, and it was a good show for our first gig. It was our first gig.
To this day, I
You
can't find
survived it, right?
I don't want to find it.
When you're not performing, what are you doing?
Sleeping, eating, texting, on Facebook,
And the alarm goes off.
This could be our new song.
It's a nowhere.
For someone who's never been to your show, tell fans what to expect at your show.
Not what you regularly see from 19, 18, 17, 16, and 15 year olds. You know what I mean? We're different. We would love for you to come out and see us. We love metal. That's what we want you to expect. We just want to see what your reaction is. We don't want to say this is what you'll expect. I want you to come tell us what you thought. What you can come talk shit about us. We've got it before. You can come say that we are awesome. We really appreciate it. You know, we appreciate the good and the bad, and we want you to tell us what you got from us.
It's like young people, they love, like the people who are definitely into like screamo and all this hard stuff, they definitely love us, have a blast, especially Let's Go and stuff, people love that song. And even like older people, they're like, I don't really like this kind of music, but these kids, you know, they're a lot of fun. So I mean, it's just a fun show, even if you don't like the music, it's fun.
I was going to ask about embarrassing moments, but I think you covered that. Anyone else have any embarrassing moments at a show?
I don't know about embarrassing, but my first show with these guys, I had to stay on stage and act like I was playing a song I didn't even know.
And he did a pretty good job. I mean, I wouldn't call that embarrassing at all, but I think Ryan falling to the drum set at least.
I think one of my most embarrassing moments, I actually just got out of it too. I broke my arm 3 months ago, and me being the drummer, that's a total foul. And you know, I just got out of surgery, so it's a scar right there. But,
My pinky. Still
yeah, The embarrassing thing about it is that I still do backup screams when I'm on the drums, and we had a fill-in drummer for me, and I was just off to the side of the stage in the very back corner, just screaming.
It was a good time. This is actually his first real, like, all just us getting back.
Oh wow.
I think my embarrassing moment, I was wearing my bass and I was playing Big Fish Pub or something. We're playing Top Dirty by Poison. My bass strap just comes off and the bass falls to the ground. I'm like, somebody help me. Somebody please put this back on. Nobody did, so I had to like break my way back.
You mentioned the one show or two shows coming up. Do you have any other ones after that? Or?
Not that we know of because we have such a busy schedule coming up. We're going to California on the 19th. We're playing the famous Whiskey and Go-Go. Everybody that we idolize has played there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
we're
know.
playing Metal Fest at 9:10.
Metal Fest too. I forgot about that. With Mushroom Head, Divine Heresy, and Fear Factory. They're gonna be there.
When is
And, March or April.
Okay.
We don't know a set date yet, and we're playing January 28th again with the badass Sick Monarch, and we're so excited.
Where can fans get your music? Just at shows or?
We have a Reverb Nation. You can find our music on Facebook, yeah, Facebook/Prone to Wander. YouTube, we're on that. A couple songs. There's a couple live videos from us.
Don't watch those.
You know, it's fun. Show what we were like a couple months ago, maybe a year or two
Go
ago.
there, comment, talk crap. It doesn't matter.
Check out our new music afterwards, though.
Yes, please. By all means.
Ready for War and Silent Breakdown.
Yes. Let's go. We're recording January 28th as well. We're recording
for the show
with Full Well Studios with Mike Dolmark.
I wanted to ask you another kind of silly question. Do you guys have pets?
Pets?
Yeah. do you have any
I
pets?
got 3 cats and 5
Oh
dogs.
my goodness.
One of them is mine. I sassy.
As you can see, it's very hard. It's very hard to keep my shirts clean. I got a big roller in my car.
I have a pet turtle, and I have this pet lion. Well, he's not a lion, he's a cat, but he's practically a lion.
He roars at me. He doesn't like white people. I don't know why. I like it.
He doesn't like anybody, he's like 70.
I currently moved in with one of my friends because I'm not living with my dad anymore, and he has a cat. I'm not going to call it my pet. One of my dad's, I had 3 little chihuahuas that I love dearly. What's another one?
Something about Keegan.
Do they think they're really big dogs? Your chihuahuas, do they think they're really big?
No, they're tiny.
No, but do they think they're really big?
Oh yeah, my littlest one thinks he's a lot white. He'll bite the crap out of you, don't get me wrong, but he is so tiny. So tiny. And he's fat.
Do you have any?
I have a turtle as well. That turtle, his name is Keegan. And he likes to chill in his little tank. And I have a toy poodle. It's the breed name, so it's real and everything. His name is Max, and he's completely energetic. It's crazy. He just runs in circles for no reason.
He loves to hump stuffed animals.
He's got a mohawk the length of
Somebody
his back.
asked you.
Oh yeah, and he has a mohawk. That's pretty awesome.
Is
The
it pink?
Playboy robe. He's a Playboy robe.
Yeah, he's got the cuffy robe.
He has a Facebook page.
You know, yeah, my dog has his own Facebook. You can seriously look him up. It's Max Squad on
He has more fans than Fun Wonder.
He does.
How's your pet?
Is there anything you guys want to add? Just anything at all?
Just if you guys want to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Reverb Nation, MySpace if you still go there.
Or see us live.
Or come see us live. I mean, it'd be awesome to hear you guys' feedback. Thank you guys for interviewing us.
And shop at Raptor Guitars.
Shop at Raptor Guitars. And thank you to Rose Returns because without him, there would be no Tony. So,
One more thing, we also do have our own website, pronetowander.webs.com. You can find all of our upcoming shows, directions to them, and
holy crap, our music's on there.
yeah, music.
Our music's on there.